Aha.
That doesn't really change it.
It's ambiguous, but like it means like we win or telling someone to win. It depends on how you're reading the sign. Either way, let's jump into this draft here for Game 2, where DN Supers have opted for first pick. Varus will be off the board right away.
Orianna, Rumble, all those things probably going to be banned as well.
With Seraphine gone, with Ashe, Lucian, all of these bottom lane picks gone, a lot has kind of opened up in this draft. So, Lulu, I think, and Yunara are at the peak of really strong bottom lane picks. So perhaps if you give something strong over to the Supers, you could end up getting your Lulu lane for Taeyeon and Kellen. And we've already talked about how much Kellen loves to play his enchanters.
Indeed. Now, Dudu with first pick.
It's going to get the Xin.
That's a good one. Now, this is something that Pyosik has performed well on. So, not recently, obviously, but in the past, can be a good one. And if they do manage to get the Lulu rotation
Lulu,
as well,
right?
that'd be good. But
it's going to be Lulu, probably Yunara. Oh, that's a different look.
Oh, imagine if they hovered the Lulu and then locked Ezreal Nico. It would be not very good.
This does not look very planned. It's almost like they expected they were going to get Lulu Xin or something, and then... Okay.
Waiting out the timer. So
I guess this is fine, but I do think that it will struggle into some of the Lulu matchups that it may face and will likely face on the other side. And now a Lulu has a great wild growth jungle to press R towards as well. Yeah. Kellen is talking a lot, which means that maybe they have a different support here in mind that they think is going to get... It's definitely Nico.
I very much hope that it's not Nico.
To deal with the Lulu lane. But we all know how it has gone very recently. I can imagine we did already.
Yeah, he's cringing somewhere.
Yeah.
We know that. As you know, Lulu is definitely happy.
Yeah, like they're like, you guys didn't take it. That's crazy. This also somewhat feels like we sometimes see teams say, like Closer did in Game 1, your bottom lane just can't handle it anyways. We're gonna play Ezreal, Nico, and we're gonna win against your Lulu lane. We're better than you. Closer won the lane into the Annie last game that they gave over, but they did not win the game. See if that trend kind of happens here in the bottom lane, as we knew it was coming. They got Trundle, Yunara, Lulu. We got Ezreal, Trundle, Nico. I'm like, this is the trade deal meme. It's you receive Ezreal, Nico. I don't think that's the positive
sadness
one. Yeah.
Is probably also coming alongside it. Although, maybe not, because BNK FearX were just a lot better in the last game.
Maybe we have talked about this lane a lot, and we're not big fans of it here on the global side, but it obviously can work. It has a lot of power, and the Trundle is very game warping.
Yeah, and when it was first kind of being employed here in the LCK, it did kind of work out. And it took a lot longer for me to sort of trip over to the side of not really liking it very much. I was busy with my gin, so that's not. I don't have a drinking problem. It was the JHIN.
Okay.
That one. I apologize, everyone, if that was confusing.
So the Akali's going to get banned now, and a Zahin ban. That pick has really been kind of out of the meta, like since Perfect played it last, I think, and destroyed Dudu with it.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of feel like when you see the Akali ban, the two picks you're thinking about are Ahri and Azir. And the Ahri, which was picked by BDD in our previous series, is now gone. So Azir, Trundle, Ezreal, Nico just sounds a bit confused, but...
Oh, I can really see Vikla doing it, though.
It certainly could work.
I wouldn't mind if Clear actually was the one that just blind picked something, but instead, that Azir is entirely what is going to happen. I feel like you willed it into existence, Wolf. I think this is your fault.
Did I, or was it the, I don't know, the Akali ban? That felt like, to me, it willed it, but... Sylas will be the answer. Sylas is the other pick that's
blind
great.
Ambessa? Isn't that crazy?
It's Ambessa Lulu, though, Atlas. I'd love to see the stats on that. I actually don't have a way to look that up, but I would love to see the Ambessa Lulu stats compared to the Ambessa win rate, because I think that would be a little bit higher. And now, what are you picking here? Are you going for a tank with Ezreal, or are you just going to go Vayne?
Well, Vayne...
This draft is eclectic, Atlas.
It is. I like the use of eclectic. I do like Vayne with Trundle, but I also feel like Raptor is never going top lane, so it's not all that relevant. I think DN Supers have a really cool composition, and BNK FearX won game 1.
They have 5 champions.
Yep, they do.
They have 4 lanes, right? Like if you call the jungle a lane, right? They have Trundle, which is good into Xin in isolation.
Yep.
You got a ranged matchup in the top lane. That's pretty good. You got Azir when you banned the Akali, so that protected. Still have to play against Sylas, but it can be fine. You can get a lot of an early lead there.
Yeah.
And then you got Ezreal Nico. That used to be good. How this all works together later is, well, the TLDR is if you get really far ahead, it doesn't matter, and everyone does a lot of damage in the late game, and you have 3 threats. If you don't get ahead, I don't know how they're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat with this one.
Yeah, and I also think that if in this game Closer gets massively fed, I think that he then just wins the game, right? He gets Pop Blossom and then Wild Growth on top of that, right? Like, so he can be going in with the Pop Blossom doing massive damage. He can steal Emperor's Divide. He can even steal Subjugate and use that against the, well, I mean, there's not really a tank, but he can just use it against the enemy Trundle and get a whole bunch of extra resistances, and we know how difficult it is when the Sylas gets defensive tools from his ultimate. This is a really scary draft from the DN Supers. Let's go into the Rift for game 2. I can feel it, Wolf. I can feel 5 games. I think that the DN Supers might be able to do it.
I know, but it's, you know, to me at this point, I was hoping for the 6. I thought we were due.
We are definitely due.
I'm kind of, like, to me, the most interesting thing now is how do I want to see a game where BNK fall like 3,000 gold behind and then make it work. Like, that would be crazy. That's the kind of, and yes, I know there was that DNF game against Bro where the lead was even bigger and it was an even crazier situation and they did ultimately lose. I'm not talking about that. I just want, this is a different era, this is a different time.
It is. There's an S now.
True. And there's no more F. And F was for freaks.
It was.
They're supers now.
And is that better? Not entirely sure. But right now, we can see that the double Ezreals are doing a fine job just pushing this wave in over and over again. Obviously, the Yunara Lulu is largely more aimed towards late game carry potential. And so here in this early game, it's not going to be as good as Closer goes in, but there is a pretty nice shifting sands there from Vikla just to get that bit of a shield and mitigate some of the damage.
Yeah, really clean response. Closer is a Sylas enjoyer.
He is.
And Vikla is an Ahri enjoyer. I would say not as much of an Azir enjoyer. He played it a lot.
Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? He's played it a lot, but hasn't necessarily enjoyed it.
It doesn't feel like you can... There's a lot of mid laners in the LCK you can associate with Azir. I don't think Vikla is one of them, but, you know, he's been asked to play it a lot, you could say, and it's been asked of him. This draft, I'm not sure if it was asking for Azir, but that's what they wanted to do. And it is Vikla's first Azir game of the season. Taeyun, although it was not on this squad, has played 2 games of Ezreal and was part of the Ezreal loss streak. Duckdom also has not been finding the success on the Yunara.
Yeah, or any champion, because they've only won 1 series, Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, the stats are kind of tied in.
Yeah. That being said, when Taeyun was in the LPL, like, his super play that really got people to notice him was playing Ezreal. So this could be, you know, a way of BNK just utilizing some of the strengths of Taeyun as well. We've got some great Ezreal players here in the LCK, and Taeyun wanting to try and hit them.
This is almost comical, the backstops here.
God.
But, like, the flash for heal, initially, if you just look at that part of it, you're like, well, that's not a good trade. But you look at what they got from the tempo. It's pretty insane. As that's a clone. Duckdom is going to come down here and claim...
He missed the whole wave.
He's going to come down here and claim... He's going to return and get...
He got an experience. I think he got an experience.
Yeah, just +1 experience point.
Yeah, just not the plural. A little bit unfortunate.
So it's crazy because he was delayed so many times. He felt like I've got to get back to lane, and then he delayed himself.
And then the lane was gone.
And now it's, I mean, a lot of it's gone as well in this next wave, as I'm sure Taeyun is holding it here. Okay, well, it's still early days.
Yeah, and like we said, scaling bottom lane. It's looking not great at this point in time, but anything could happen.
By the way, I love this exhaust for Taeyun. It is 100% a get away from me. I've got flash, I've got shift, and you guys have a lot of melee champions trying to kill me, so I'm going to keep you away.
Yeah, into Ambessa Silas feels very, very nice.
It's a really cool tech here that we very rarely see AD carries pick up these days. And
Doctom is also really like window-based when it comes to like the Yunara, right? You want to trade around your Q timings and things like this. Like an exhaust timed correctly can really work in all ends. So I think it's a very cute move.
Did Closer just flash an Emperor's Divide that Vikla hasn't skilled yet? Or was he more afraid of the Trundle?
I think he might have been afraid of being pillared in.
Yeah.
Without a abduct abscond.
It just looked really funny because the way Vikla dashed in there made it look like he had Emperor's Divide. And Closer was just not having any part of that.
The good old level 5 Emperor's Divide.
Yeah.
The better Azirs get it early.
He does have it now.
And this is actually one of the things that you like doing as Silas, is like trying to get an experience advantage and then having your enemies ultimate before they do.
Yeah, but you can't.
It's not going to work out this time.
Can't do it in this game, unfortunately.
All right, Doctom and Life still looking a little worse for wear, but at least they're able to head towards the minions. Raptor going to move in, and this is kind of Xin Zhao's worst nightmare. It's also Raptor's worst nightmare, as he's just kind of zoned himself with his own pillar. But that will make sure that his bottom lane is safe, and make sure that the enemy bottom lane is unsafe.
Yeah, they are very unsafe. Man, this is not safe for work, to be honest. This bottom lane we were watching right now with a 20 CS deficit.
Wolf, we're watching it, and we're at work.
I know.
Oh, God. Well, this is also not looking very safe, as Raptor does get the Subjugate off to try and keep... Never mind, he doesn't have Subjugate. Exhaust! Keeps himself alive, as that is Taeyun going ballistic. Arcane Shift over the wall, able to pick up the Lulu, and now Vikla looking for an angle himself. That's a cute little Mystic shot there from Taeyun, and we'll be able to secure the next one to grab the kill onto Pyosik. First Blood did still go over to the DN Supers, but they managed to get a couple back in exchange.
This is a disaster for the DN Supers. You could talk about how the comp doesn't necessarily look like it has a whole lot of synergy.
Why did Raptor get health back? I was wondering, is there a King's Tribute that comes out from somewhere?
Maybe his Q just land in a weird way? I don't know.
Fun.
Anyway, Pyosik flashes for that. He almost gets out with the exhaust, it felt like, but he had already flashed, so it didn't matter too much. But Taeyun doesn't need exhaust to clean up the rest of this fight, as the Silas is pushed away. The Yunara doesn't do damage, and he gets the final kill there. And, you know, we said if they get a huge lead, it doesn't matter. They're getting a huge lead. And so it matters for DNS, who are trying to win this game so desperately.
It also really matters for Wadid, because this means that Nico Ezreal will win.
That's true.
And I imagine that will hurt his feelings a lot. So we're sorry about that.
Yeah, right now Wadid is the guy with the whiteboard trying to figure out how DNS come back in this game.
Yeah.
And especially through killing Taeyun, who has flash and exhaust.
And you know that in the middle of the whiteboard, there is bold letters that say, Ezreal Nico is useless. How do we use that to our advantage?
Yeah, maybe in the middle of the board has like the longest loss streak they were on. Screenshotted.
Yeah.
Life is like trying to get the minions because Duckdom can't, and he can't do that either.
Oh, he just walks up and steals it?
Duckdom, I don't know if you're allowed to be anywhere on the map right now.
Oh, God. True Shot Barrage is going to be avoided entirely, but he gets snared. And now Taeyun able to lock down the Yunara. Kellen's also able to get out, as Pyosik desperately wanting to chase after them, but the pillar comes down, and now Vikla's going to swoop in, and there's even Mystic Shots raining in. Pyosik and Life now trying to keep themselves alive, but it's a shooting gallery. Emperor's Divide picks up both, and oh God, BNK BFX, I think, may have in that moment kind of won the game. And Closer is also dead.
I don't think I have ever seen...
dead as well, but he gets executed!
Atlas, I don't know if I've ever seen a bottom lane be this starved ever. Like, he is sub 40 CS here, and he just can't get back to lane. And this root, I mean, he had flash. He just, it's not having his best day. I think definitely feeling the pressure of everything that's going on right now on this team. And I'm not talking about this individual game. I'm talking about the loss streak, right? The changing supports constantly. Must feel a little bit helpless, but again, you know, you got to flash those, I guess. But if you flash, you live to then not get more wave. You know, it's just, it's a disaster. And then Closer is trying to salvage this play, and it's, I don't even know, man.
Arcane shifted under the turret. Oh, that was a little dumb, but that's okay. And Life is dead again. Oh dear.
This is kind of unreal. This game.
Any books you've enjoyed recently? Barrage. Dr. Arm is dead again, ladies and gentlemen. I'd prefer not to talk about it. There is absolutely nothing he can do. And that is going to be his second death of the game. It is 2.2 thousand gold, the lead. Double the CS there for Taeun.
I did just read Yellowface. I thought it was pretty good. Didn't know what I was getting into. It was quite fun.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. I'm not in the book club, though. Probably should start.
Check it out, RF Kwong. It's a good one.
All right.
Yeah, they just got split here. And they were just like, look at where the minion wave is. Doctor, I'm just trying to eat, man. He's just out here. He just wants to get anything. Please, like, I want any money.
He didn't even get the wood.
Minions. I just need, like, please. He's begging. Please, someone PayPal me 2 gold. Like, just 2 gold. I mean, please. He's on the corner of that turret. Look at him on the mini map. He's on the corner of that turret with his mug out. Please.
And no one's giving it to him, and so he's just gonna have to teleport.
Look at the minion wave. Like, he cannot actually. Like, he shouldn't even be here. Like, they should be swapping Vayne here or something.
He's got less money than
Let's look at his role quest difference as well. Like,
oh God, we haven't seen a difference like that in a very long time. Because he's been zoned out of the entire lane.
If he actually ends up like, I mean, when Taeun finishes his and he keeps getting denied like his role quest, the lead will even balloon further because you get more gold when your role quest completes as a bottom laner. He's coming up here now to try to
gank a Vayne.
Yeah.
And it's because he cannot be in the bottom lane, right? Like it's actually. This is a move that they have to make. Maybe they're making it a little bit too late, to be honest, but it is still an absolute disaster as Taeun. He's going to finish his quest, and so now the gold lead moves to 3.1k, but look at where, like, he's still got a third of the way to go, and now Taeun is making bank every single time. Going to be taking down plates on this inner turret. This is nowhere near even like we have in the same realm of an even trade.
We've commentated so many games where like in the peak of
public execution comes down. Pop Blossom holds on to a whole lot of them as Clear just accidentally kills Doctorm. That is going to be a turret falling on the bottom side as Life is going to get murdered by the turret as well. Empress Divide will get flashed there by Dudu, but Clear is doing his best to try and kite this one out. Needed another Silver Bolts. Dudu is going to survive, and Closer is on the board.
I mean, these are some professional players, okay, to keep it together in this one. My God.
Yeah, the inhibitor turret is taking damage from minions. Let's have a look at this one again, Wolf. Take them through it.
Duckdom barely got hit by that, by the way. It almost looked like a wonky hitbox, but the turret's ramping, and he picks up the aggro somehow. And then Pyoshik and Life also still have turret aggro. Vikla almost, if Dudu doesn't, if he gets hit by that, like, he dies and Clear lives.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I was saying, we have seen games. I mean, look at we never see an 80 carry get Flame Horizon. We have barely ever even see Flame Horizons, but we're talking about Flame Horizon maybe like before 20 minutes if this continues. But what I was going to say is back in the Guma carry double marksman heyday, we saw a lot of lanes lose to them, and we were like, okay, the bottom lane has been removed from the game. This is really actually literally removed from the game.
Oh God, the double snare from Kellen is beautiful. As True Shot Barrage snipe, Taeun, they didn't need that. That didn't need to happen. Oh, God.
Well, I think people will be speaking a bit differently about the trade after this series.
Yeah, and I think they already were after the KRX versus Nongshim series. This is only going to make the people who were saying the thing even more excited.
This is a
shellacking and a half.
Yeah.
We need an extra shellacking word.
Like, the rest of the game is kind of, sort of, almost playable, right? Like, it's only the 80 carry that's this massively 4,000 gold behind, but there are extra layers to that, right? You know, now you're trying to swap your lanes around. You're barely I mean, look at his role quest. He's still not done with it yet.
Yeah.
Closer doesn't have his either. Like, you're just trying to patch the hole everywhere else, so the rest of your map is starting to fade as well. Like, the only lead they really were close to having, they still have this top lead, but the mid lane, they also had a small advantage there with Closer picking up that second kill, but that's gone now as well as Vikla's ruling the side lane. And Taeyun is just like trying to kill all the turrets.
No!
Don't
we
do
didn't
it
need this! We didn't need this!
Stop it! Stop bullying him!
Oh my gosh, he had more than double his goal.
CS per minute 6.3.
Yeah. The damage is also a very sad number. Which you could expect, because this went absolutely disastrously wrong. There is a Crescent Guard from Pyoshik to try and keep himself alive as Vikla is going to get out of there. Raptor is going in there, though, and so is Closer, actually. Looking for the backline, finds the Pop Blossom onto 3. The DN Supers wipe out 2 already, as now it has to be Taeyun by himself. And Clear is actually going to join him there as well, but I think this Ezreal has to try and figure it out. Does manage to take down Pyoshik.
He might figure it out.
Life is going to die as well, and never mind, he is going to figure it out. Picks up a double, and then just opts out.
That play kind of reminded me of Diablo in the beginning of his time on this team on Ezreal. Except, I mean, this is a great play from Taeyun, but it is also an Ezreal that is not supposed to have this much money. Like, it was not balanced around having this much money this quickly. As the Ezreal is chasing the Sylas, Closer is like, let me use the Azir to get the hell out of here. As he does end up with a nice Pop Blossom that was stolen there. And then Taeyun is just like, you can't get me. You can't get me. I'm over the wall.
It was 3 for 2, though, in the end, as we have a look at this one.
Honestly,
from his perspective.
Great play here by DNS Red Buff to block some of these shots here.
Yeah.
As a team might have been able to get even more.
He might have been able to get a red buff, but he didn't actually. Just shows how much he was hitting the players and not the buff. So nicely done. Didn't actually block all that much, I guess.
Yeah, not really. But he was very patient and waited for his opportunities to not just blindly cue the buff as... Okay,
Okay, 6.4k gold advantage. 16 minutes.
Duckdom got a kill.
Bounties. Comeback mechanics.
He is not likely to be Flame Horizoned as an AD carry in this game. His role quest is almost done. It's almost done.
And so the gold lead might not be so massive. Okay, never mind. Dudu is looking for an angle here onto Vikla. He shifts the sands. That's a beautiful escape. But Pyoshik will be able to get on top of him. There's the 3-talon strike to take down the Azir. DNS finding a little bit of an angle back here as the Subjugate is going to get stolen, but Raptor is still able to wander out of there.
It looked like a bit of a disjoint. Oh, Taeyun.
Yeah, Doctorm is just going to have to leave. No ulti anymore.
As the turrets fall away, it's hard to deny CS, except by killing the champion. Taeyun's trying to make it work. Duckdom didn't have to flash there. They get a turret, which is a bounty.
Oh, Taeyun. Wandering on in here, does have Kellen alongside him.
It would be the funniest thing ever if you're a DNS fan. If Taeyun took this lead, was so fed, and then just kind of started showboating and then gave away a shutdown and then died a second time, and then Duckdom was
honestly,
like, I'm back.
If Duckdom kills him, it could be a big deal. I was just thinking about it, I'm like, it wouldn't half the gold lead because he's so far ahead.
Okay, well, I mean, I was being a bit like, I was trying to build cup half full.
Oh, right.
Half gold lead.
Can we go like 2/3?
Yeah, I mean, he could cut it by like 25%.
Cut it by a third, yeah. 25%.
25 to 35, we'll give him about that much.
Yeah, it's a big amount of money. As Pop Blossom, he's going to land onto Life, who is dead. Bye-bye.
That was good play-by-play by you. You assessed that very well.
Yep. I was super enthusiastic, and that's just how you do it, Wolf.
I don't want to analyze the fact that, like, I don't want to analyze what happens from here on out in this game for DNS, but because there just really isn't great play, there isn't great options. They were able to find some topside stuff, right, get Vikla there, but it is otherwise kind of a doomed game unless they miraculously catch Taeyun, who I mentioned many times has exhaust.
Taeyun's keyboard could not work anymore.
Yeah, but I think we got to kind of take a step back and look at what happened in the lane, whereas maybe we shouldn't do it right now because we are going to have a bit of a scuffle up here as Duckdom's layering in some poke, you could say.
Well, Dr. takes half of his health bar from a true shot barrage.
Hey, see, you said half there. That wasn't half. That was like 1/3. See, sometimes you're a little bit, sometimes you get a little bit embellishing.
I should really let you exaggerate more.
Yeah, just let me.
I shouldn't have said that.
Come on, I'm trying. Duckers is my guy.
He is elite. We know that he's elite.
He is.
He's just not performing very
right
well
now.
in this game. Yeah, exactly. Closer is looking to try and grab some more bounty gold. B&K FureX are looking to destroy his Nexus. And I don't know whether they're going to be doing it right here. The Baron hasn't even spawned yet. There's still a minute for that one to come up, and we are sieging inner turrets.
You know, sometimes when the game goes like this, we do the LCK podcast, and we do kind of the funny, try to make a lighthearted situation out of a really tragic situation. Yeah. This game is so tragic after game 1 as well that, like, I feel like I'm almost just being insensitive if we start to make jokes. We just kind of have to, like, watch the car crash and feel pain and then champion Taeyun because he's great because he's the new member here and he's popping off 2 games in a row.
I think that's definitely what we need to focus on is the fact that B&K FureX are certainly looking a lot better, which is good to see. And sometimes just a little bit of a change-up when you are in a slump, especially when this is a team that was representing the LCK at first stand, and then all of a sudden they are unable to pick up wins against almost anyone here in the LCK. It's a good sign as Closer going to have to dash, chain, and everything in order to get himself out of here. He's able to help out with the red buff.
It takes this big of a lead for one individual player for me to forget there's a Vayne in this game. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a Vayne in this game.
There's 2 actually right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, cosplay. Is that what did?
Might be. That's Kim Vayne. That's a different one.
I like how Pyoshik is just like trying to make sure there's no wards here and standing there, and he's like, they can't see me, right? I know this, and Taeyun just hits him anyways.
Okay.
Baron is on the table here, pretty early one. Kellen gonna give it away though because they missed clearing this ward.
Is getting a lot of value.
But I mean, it just means DNS are going to hide more, so it means they know Baron isn't being taken, so they get to avoid the fight for a little bit longer, which is a good thing, and they're going to clear some of this vision out. They still have vision of Taeyun. Yeah. Maybe this is the moment he gets caught? This is the moment? Maybe? No.
No, not this time.
Not with Flash, Exhaust, and E.
Okay, Taeyun not going to get ulted, does the walk out of the way strategy. I think DNS need to make plays like that, though. Go for the opportunistic angles.
I mean,
if they kill Taeyun, they do get rid of basically all of the money.
Yeah, it's not a Lucian that, you know, if Pyoshik goes in or Dudu hits that, he just like looks at you and kills you. It'll take a little bit of time, so you may be able to burst him down through the exhaust and etc. But you need your teammates to all be there. Everyone has to be on the same page, and you got to hit those. Obviously, very difficult to hit the mobile Ezreal, which is why he's being picked by so many teams right now into picks like the Jarvan, because he can get out of the Cataclysm. But this is a little bit more.
Fiend Hunter bolts are done. Dr. has 2 items. There you go. That's more than 1.
He's doubled his items. Literally.
Heck yeah. There we go.
I mean, not literally because he had a Doran's blade, but you know what I mean. He's doubled his non-starter items.
Yeah. Ooh, Kellen. Just getting vision. And the DN Supers haven't really been able to enter their own jungle for a very long time.
Pyoshik just keeps trying. Like he's trying. Yeah. This bush is his home, and they won't even give him that.
Like,
you can't go there.
Shooting things at his house.
Yeah.
Not very nice
look
at all.
Look at this lack of it. Look at the mini-map and tell me, like, DNS can make a choice.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me there's a choice for them to make that makes sense. There isn't. They can do nothing. Ugh, this is so tragic. Duckdom is just pushing mid. He's like, I'll take a bounty if anything.
Oh, Pyoshik's going to get in there. Steals the Baron as Kellen will find a Pop Blossom here onto Closer. They do manage to take down the Xin Zhao, but if DNS can get out with only losing 1, they are very happy with this outcome. As Clear procs the final hour, but isn't actually able to find anything, and that game of hide and seek for Dr. is going to pay off.
Yeah, he gets his empowered recall off. Got 2 plates as well.
This is step 1.
Step 2?
This is not part of step 2. Unless he's buying time. Didn't buy that much time. Chomp. There it is.
Okay, well, they are going to get the dragon, which is what he was afraid of, which is why he was in this area, or I guess. But
they didn't get the Baron.
They didn't get the Baron. They are going to get the dragon only, which is just soul points. Not even a soul. Not even a soul. Just the soul point, which is like a theoretical advantage. Pyoshik does have flash. And wind becomes lightning, and he gets in there. And he says, get the hell out of here.
Yep.
A little bit more politely, but
he just said back.
Yeah. So they got 2 plates for Duckdom. Bounties are gone, by the way, which is
Feels a bit
bounty
unfair.
system is like it's still a little bit sus, but like seriously, like every time I'm confused. But Closer is going to TP over, and maybe they catch a Vayne. Clear has no friends, no teammates.
Yeah, possible angle here, and the public execution is going to land. Clear does find a condemn, but no stun, and is able to get a little bit of a flash off here. It's kind of cute play as the chain lash not going to connect, and he just took too long. Clear is able to get the revenge, and now Pureshit could be in trouble. Finds another ulti that is also going to find another grave, and he'll be taken down. If they had blown up the Vayne, it would have worked,
so
but
close.
Clear like bought so much time.
Yeah, he just outspaced them.
Oh, wait, why would we stop the back? Well, Slurkle comes in, Dudu does get that shield, so he'll be all right. Yeah, still looking for more here, though, as Raptor wants to try and find an angle.
They have a push in all 3 lanes against the Baron holding team. Clear is just freely pushing this bottom lane, and Vikla's going to get this crystalline overgrowth. This is going to pop. It feels like BNK have the Baron, in fact, with the kills they pick up on that attempted kill on the Vayne.
Oh, if at first you don't succeed, teleport again as Doctom needs to walk away. They did see the teleport coming through as Dudu looking for that angle. Doesn't have his ulti quite yet. But
Need a few more seconds.
Soon, 8 seconds. Closer finds another Pop Blossom here, but it's not really doing too much. True Shot Barrage was weird, but
Dudu's got this angle still. He's spotted, though.
Oh, man. BNK FureX are still playing very, very well defensively against a few of these Hail Marys that are being thrown at them.
I mean, they're really just giving DNS no vision, no opportunity. I mean, even the one opportunity that found, they're like, well, there's no vision there, and Dudu's missing. Let's check it with the blue trinket. Okay, identified it, plays around it, be safe. Clear here, this was a little bit greedy, the position he was in, but he also didn't know that there was a deep ward that Closer could teleport to. And even still, he just kites it out. And the husk of the turret, he plays around really well there, uses his ult, goes invis, and then Kellen comes over here because Kellen is just, he loves supporting people. Even when he's on an engaged champion. He's always going to peel for his carries, even if they're an 80 carry in the top lane. And he ends up winning that for them. They get the push. They do not open up any of these inhibitors just yet, but they have done pretty critical damage to the turrets, you could say, as Taeun basically gets a plate for an empowered auto there.
Yeah, Clear is also now in a little bit of danger.
Just show his items.
They're going to catch him once again. He is going to try and use that stealth in order to be okay, but it's not going to be okay. They will trade the Vayne for an inhibitor turret and an inhibitor, though. So maybe they're not too upset about losing Clear in that side lane.
And trying to get Vayne, but trading down twice, you would argue.
And there's also 2 minutes on both the Baron and the Drake, and Clear is going to be up in 35 seconds.
And they already had so much push in mid, but with the super minions, they can find it elsewhere, I think is what you were alluding to. And Doctom needs a lot of setup here in order for him to be able to shine in a team fight. But as we've seen, if Taeun is CC'd, I mean, Doctom has the burst, they have the Silas, right? There are a lot of different ways to kill him if he makes a mistake, right? And I think that's what DNS have to pray for. And, I mean, when you look at some of these item breaking points, I mean, he just hit his 3rd item. The Silas has an arm guard, which in itself is an incredibly powerful item, even though he's, you know, going to eventually find himself behind an item over Vikla. It's really just this Ezreal that's the problem. And it's a problem that, because of Ezreal's kit, is incredibly difficult to solve. But, I don't know, we've seen crazier things, right? We have seen
the thing is
some big mistakes from Ezreal's in game states like this. Not quite like this. No game's ever been quite like this.
Yeah. And I find myself going back to the draft and how good I felt about DNS coming out of that and how that has changed.
Yeah.
And it's what can happen if your bottom lane just colossally falls apart. And a 6,000 gold lead individually, that would be a very large lead at 27 minutes for a team.
It wasn't even a Pantheon or a Xin that was bullying the bottom, you know, lane with the advantage that they had. It was a Trundle. And Trundle can be quite oppressive and annoying, but you know, he doesn't have point-and-click CC to just kill you. He was just kind of like lurking around while they pushed waves in over and over and over again. And Doctom and Life just kind of repeatedly made mistakes. And then they made more mistakes after they were behind. And then for that point, even though they played fine later on, it was just too much of a deficit to actually even play perfect and get something back. As they do Baron on spawn because they have that mid-push. They have Kellen and Taeun just holding the line. The Ezreal is blocking them from coming over.
Oh, True Shot Barrage onto just Dudu. As DNS are looking, they could at least deny a dragon, which is what they're pinging
Bounty
onto
gold.
right now. They will be able to get over there. The Baron is going to be secured, but that does mean, like you were saying, some bounty gold from the Drake. They get one singular Mountain Drake.
They also get the push in mid for a little while, which is quite difficult to hold on to.
All right, there's a teleport in.
Yeah, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's an interesting maneuver.
Looks like they're just pinging to try to get to get this inhibitor and try to end with this wave. But they can't stop any backs, so I don't think that's going to happen. But the wave clear here is pretty abysmal for DNS.
They're still going to be able to get here. Like you were saying, yeah, it's a lot of melee champions. So it is hard to kill those creeps, especially with Baron. As all right, Closer discovered on a ward.
He found Pulbay's grave back there.
Oh dear, True Shot Barrage connects onto Doctorm. I feel like they're magnetized towards this Yunara.
He's coming back, Closer's coming back. He knows he needs to be here to defend it. This Nexus is gone.
Still actually looking for it. Does find a point-blank hijack, which is a weird move. Tayan able to get himself out of the way of the public execution, as there is Closer going in, but that Pop Blossom's better, as Kellen says that he's the original. Now Dudu goes down as it's a double kill, 4 clear, and Tayan's popping off as well. A couple of double kills for both of the 80 carries, and they will let Closer leave, because they're more concerned about taking down this Nexus. BNK BFX, an absolute demolition of the DN Supers, and a great re-debut this season of Taeun.
In Hong Kong. They were a team that toppled so many big teams on their way there, and Taeun's doing this classic. Everyone knew you were lying because you're wearing a headset. You can't cover your ears while you're wearing it.
I could have taken it off.
But then you would have heard me.
And then I could have taken it off and then covered my ears. Or I could have just pulled the plug out.
Yeah, you should have just unplugged it, because then it would have blocked the audio. Anyway, we'll watch these final moments here. This game did feel like a foregone conclusion from like minute 8.
Yeah, but 8 is generous, I think.
It did. I mean, you could see on the players' faces that they had their fun earlier, and now they're pretty done with it, pretty ready to move on.
Yeah, this was not the big pop-off celebration at the end. It felt a little bit like that had happened much earlier on, as Taeun does about a bajillion damage. I came up with a new
DNS didn't do any damage because they could not touch the enemy champions, as Taeun kept them at length the entire time by just poking them away.
I'm actually quite surprised that we made it to 30 minutes in this game. I think the steal from Pyoshik was largely what kept them in it for that little bit of extra time, ultimately not really amounting to too much, is the most obvious POM that we've had in quite some time.
And even if you were like, okay, I expect he's still wearing the Nongshim jersey in this one, we got to get him a new pick. But even if you are like, okay, well, Kellen carried, got him ahead. Honestly, there's the narrative vote, okay? The narrative vote was always going to win it for him.
That was the